It's Jen with Space for Sunflowers, my little crafty business, chaotic channel. I kind of am upset that look at the curl. Look at it. It looks cute. I kind of wanted to spin around and just be like, hi. Anyway, it's Tuesday. Let's recap this past weekend's market. I apologize for the visual mess behind me, but this video is going to be more than just a recap. We are also going to go through some product material haul. I have yarns, I have my Knotty Pony box waiting to be unpacked. I have been so patient so that I can unbox that with y'all and show off the amazing things that I got. And I also have a little planner excitement from my Coffee Monsters subscription. So let's get into all of the things, but first let's take a look at the market because I actually did take some footage while I was there. So, woo! It is 11:15, the night before market. I am getting ready to call it a night, but wanted to quickly come in and share what I have been able to make since my market on Wednesday, since tomorrow's going to be busy. I don't need to leave for the market tomorrow until later in the morning, since it's in the afternoon. Setup is around midday. So I will have some time to get things done, but given what I have accomplished since Wednesday, how busy my week has been otherwise, what I have left to do, and the fact that there is still things that I must pack in the car tomorrow morning, it's going to be busy, and I want to make sure to share these makes in the state that they're in because one of the things I have to do is finish them. So let's flip the camera around and take a quick look. Okay, so I have one of my hanging baskets that I'm using to collect my makes right now. My other basket is currently being used for my bags since the craft cart is out of commission. So, things that I desperately wanted to make, number one was Fury Dragons. You can see they don't have their red fins. I need to do that tomorrow, as well as put their faces on them. I don't know what it is about tapestry needles. I can't not lose them. Like, I had 3 and I lost 3, and so yeah, I have new tapestry needles that I will be using to embroider on the eyes for my Fury Dragons, as well as I need to just crochet the red tail fin. I did the black since I had the black yarn out the other night when I was doing it, and I just didn't want to pull the red out because I didn't have it out immediately. So I actually made 5 Fury Dragon bodies, but there are 3 completed Fury Dragons here because I played Yarn Chicken and I lost. So I got 2 complete Fury Dragons done, and then for the 3rd one, I had to frog the 5th body to have enough to make the head and the wings. I have no idea if it was actually this one. I'm just pulling one out. And see, I do need to get rid of fluff on these when I set them out tomorrow, but I'm glad I will have Fury Dragons. I only have Night Furies, no Light Furies this time, and you know what? That's okay. Night Furies are the more popular ones anyway, based on when I've had them at my markets, so it is what it is. I also wanted to make a couple of cats. I did that. I made one in this really pretty variegated big twist yarn that I have been wanting to make a cat. I actually did make a cat out of this. It was a dumpling sort of standing cat, and that sold at a market a while ago. But I did want to revisit this pattern because my prior makes of these cats, they're very cute. They sell. However, I was doing yarn overs, and they have much pointier faces with the yarn overs. A common question I get is, are these pigs? They're not pigs, they're cats. These, even without we get their face details on there, are quite obviously cats. Sorry, I had to move. My legs were falling asleep. They're very obviously cats. So I made one in the pretty variegated from Big Twist and one in just plain white. And I also have an orange one, another variegated that I can't remember the color of, and I think a purple one, I want to say. I have 3 cats though left, so this will be good. If I have time at the market tomorrow, I can maybe pull the 3 cats that I had and add some whiskers, which I think will help with the faces, make them look less like pigs. And the last thing I made is my hatching dragons. Well, not mine. Well, my makes of the hatching dragons from Green Frog Crochet. So I made a pink one. I made a blue one. I need to make eggs for these 2 tomorrow, but that will be pretty quick. I got to get some sleep. And then I completed the egg for this one in that same pretty variegated. Oh my God, I love it for a dragon egg. Just look at that. I love it. Love it. And then I put a gray dragon with gold details in that. So that came out really cute. So yeah, like I said, lots to do still tomorrow. This is not the amount of makes, 8 makes. I was hoping to have made so many more things between Wednesday and tomorrow or today. Hey, Max. The week didn't align that way. It's been a busy week. So this is what I've been able to make with the time that I've had available. I will check in again tomorrow as we get ready for market. Good morning. It is Saturday, December 6th. It's market day. So it is about 8:40 in the morning. I am not where I wanted to be on my list. I am coffeed and I'm dressed, which took a lot longer than I had expected, but it's going to be cold and it's going to be misty and kind of drizzly today at the market. So there was a lot to consider in terms of how to dress, how to incorporate some holiday into my outfits. It was a lot to consider. In the end, I ended up wearing something that I typically usually wear, and honestly, I was overthinking it. So we're here now. Who cares what I'm wearing? Nobody cares what I'm wearing. I should be warm. That's all that matters. Warm and comfortable. So I am struggling to open this package of tapestry needles, but I need to embroider on the eyes, make a couple eggs, and then pack my car. Those are the order of operations. I was going to pack the car first, but it is cold and I'm waiting for it to warm up a little bit. So while I do that, I can work on embroidering eyes onto my makes that I have made in anticipation for this market. I likely will not be making things at this market because it's going to be cold. I'm going to bring yarn on the off chance that I'm warm and not busy enough to make things. I mean, obviously the hope is that I will be so busy that there will be no opportunity to make things anyway, and it will all work out. But you never know when it's downtime. If there's downtime, it's always good to look busy, and I like to look busy by making things. So with that said, I'm going to bring some fingerless mitts that I have. I don't have a heater, but I do have lights. I'm going to bring lights. Those are charging. My square reader is charging. My phone will be charging very soon, and everything is going to be ready to go when it's time to go to the market. I was planning to leave closer to 10 o'clock this morning and get there. Well, they said 11:30. I was actually gonna get there at 11. Leave at 10:30. It takes about a half hour to get there, park, etc. But reading through the email again this morning, the organizers aren't going to be there and ready to receive us until 11:30. So my plan is to be there around 11:15. If they're ready early, I can start getting my booth set up a little bit early, but if they're not, I do not want to be a nuisance and be like harassing them when they're trying to get set up. So I will still get there a little bit early, but I'm going to be respectful of the timeline that the organizers put together, because I totally get it. Like, and they said, check in with them once you get there. They will help you find your spot. Spots may be moving at the last minute, just because of changes that might have happened in the 2 weeks since they sent out the map. So I do not want to be there and be in the way, or God forbid, start setting up in the wrong place and then have to move. So I will get there a little bit early, not as early as I was planning on, and just be ready to go where they want me. Yeah, so that's the check-in this morning. This week, y'all, it has been it has been a week, let me just tell you. Yeah, I'm excited. This market has one that it was a good market for me last year. I'm very happy that this is my last market of 2025, and then I will be focusing on what's next in 2026. So yeah, I am trying to not berate myself too much for not having things done that I wanted to get done. Things like flying dragons, a couple more cats, derpy. Oh God, I never made medium derpy. I have large derpy. Large derpy will be there today. So just keep reminding myself, this is the last market of 2025, but it is not your last market. Derpy will still be a recognizable, popular character in 2026, and you do not need to, you do not need to do everything for every market. I have plenty of inventory. I just need to calm down a little bit. And that's the pep talk I'm giving myself, because I will not show up to this market as I did to the second foodie fair and just be absolute chaos incarnate as I'm setting up. I'm going to make sure that I'm as prepared as I can be, but at the same time, if my custom price tags aren't printed and cut, they're not going to be before today for the items that I don't have any printed, like real printed price tags done for. If I don't have any plain ones that I can write on, it's okay. I have plain price tags. They don't all have to be branded. They just have to be priced. That's what it needs to be. This business has come so far in the past year. I was looking at the footage I took last year at this market of my setup, and I think it was this market. It was a market around this time, if not this market. And the changes that have occurred in the past year, I really just need to focus on that and not worry too much about what I haven't done, because it's still a work in progress. I'm gonna go, because I will just continue to blather on. The camera's in front of me, apparently. So I'm gonna go and finish getting these little guys ready for market. We've got some eyes, I've got some tail fins, and I got 2 eggs I gotta make. I've got my colors already pulled. We're gonna have this little dragon go in this nice purple variegated, and then the blue dragon, I found a rogue ball of mystical I still had. So he is gonna get the mystical lucky duck, and I will check in with you either once I'm in the car ready to depart or at the market. We've made it to the car. I have everything packed. The only thing I haven't finished are my 2 eggs. I did bring the yarn. I did bring my hooks, as always. I brought gloves because it's gonna be cold. It's freezing. It's 38 degrees in Raleigh. not ideal, but I can get through it. If not, I have plenty, and I need to keep reminding myself of that. I have all of my Wizard House mystery boxes. I have all of my inventory, literally all of my inventory, except for like 4 items, not like individual items, but 4 items that I pulled that are very much summer spring. I think it's the bulb babies, the fruit salad pot holders, the lace style kitchen towels, and one other thing. So let's go get to the market and get set up. All right, so we are here. Well, I'm here. I'm got a great spot. I might need to move. I hope not, because this spot is ideal for unloading. But it might be too ideal for unloading. We'll see. According to the map, I'm right here though. So that would be great if I could keep my car here. If not, that's going to be rough because there's a parking garage, but I have my rooftop thing on, so I can't get into the garage. Anyway, the organizers do not appear to be here just yet. So I'm going to spend this time finishing my dragon eggs so that I can just jump right into setup when it's time. I have never beaten an organizer to an event before, so this is fun. Not gonna lie, this is kind of fun to be here before the organizer because I feel on top of it. So I'm just getting my materials out. I have everything right here. That's not the right color. This is the right color. And then I'm gonna need my phone to look up the pattern for the eggs because I haven't quite memorized it just yet. Yeah, so, oh my God, where did my straw go? There it is. That's great, and my jacket's all wet. All right, so, yeah. I'll keep busy until it's time to set up. Fa La La Festival is in full swing. We have changed the setup once again, but I like it. So we got everybody out, not everybody, but a good selection of items are out. It's cold, it's wet. It's very holiday season-y. Basically did a speed run of the booth before. I'm fed thanks to my wonderful husband who brought me lunch. I'm a little small. I'm sitting in my chair and I am looking to finish crocheting my eggs for my hatching dragons, and then I'm putting my mittens on because it's really cold. It's been going up.
He probably would. Isn't this a Minecraft guy? Yeah, you gotta have Grandma teach you how to make potholes. I used to love making them. Grandma would try it.
Look at it. Don't put it up to your face. No. I know it's so soft, right? But we can use. Oh, you have mittens on. But we can use our hands to see how soft it is. It's not like squishy. Not soft. Oh my goodness. Look at the turtle. Grandma would love the turtle. Grandma loves turtles. It's a stingray. You do? Okay. Let's put it back and we'll see. Yeah. Let's put it back, please. You love this? Okay. That looks like a little pufferfish. All right. So those are keychains. Okay. We shall see. Please put it back up there. We're going to be here for a very long time.
All right. I'm about to have another customer, but I am quickly going to check in. It's been busy. It's been good, actually. We're only in the first 45 minutes, so this has been good. This market was good last year too, which it was cold last year too. As you can tell, I have put on all of my clothes that I brought. Oh, you're back. Third time's the charm. It's been busy. So it is now 2:30. 1.5 hours into the market, and I think we are finally between the waves, which I shouldn't say finally. I mean, it should be going all day, but I'm sitting, I'm crocheting my final dragon egg. I got the other one done already. He's out. I sold a dragon egg, so I am very happy that I brought these guys, and it's been going well. Just a good market. I have my walls up, which has me sad. I hate having the walls up, but I'm trying to block some of the wind because it's cold, and I do not want to freeze to death any more than I have to. So we'll check in with you a bit later, but so far so good. It's been a good day. Hello. Good, how are you? Do a spin around the booth since customers don't usually want to be on camera. And I was trying to get a little bit of the choir. Hello. You can come in. Okay, we are in the final hour of this market. Things have slowed down quite a bit since earlier. The first 2 hours, I would say, were pretty busy, consistent, steady flow, lots of sales. The last hour has been quite a bit slower. In fact, some of the vendors are packing up, which I think it's a little, I don't know. I'm not thrilled about it because, like, my neighbor was one of them, and now the face painter in the middle is starting to break down as well. But I get it if it's like just been that kind of slow day. Like, it did ask me because I'm one of the few, or the only vendor that was here last year as well, if last year was much busier, and honestly it was. We were slammed pretty much for the full 4 hours. Everybody here is watching the choir singers, which is great. I do think the weather had a big impact on today. It's quite cold. It's gray. It doesn't look enticing to go outside, so I get that. I don't think it's been a bad day though. I'm still so happy to be here at this market. And I put some lights up to give some ambiance into the tent because it's starting to get a little bit dark now that I have, I have the walls up. I might take those down soon too, or at least one of them, as I start to pack up. But all in all, I don't think it's been a bad day. I will check in. I probably won't check in again before the end of this market, just because I'll either be futzing around or hopefully ringing up customers, but I will give a full recap once we are back home and I have a hot beverage in my hands. All right, so let's get into numbers and actually be a little bit serious. I honestly think that there were a couple of things that factored in. Number one being the weather. It wasn't even sunny cold, it was just gray cold. And if you're looking for something to do with the family and you're not already out, because a lot of the families that were out had like cheer or dance or some other activity that they were going to, and they had stopped at the coffee shop and then sort of walked around from there, you're not going out. It was a miserably cold day. So there was that, and I get that, and I appreciate that. The other thing is that the venue, not the organizer, but the venue usually has this big white tent set up on the paved portion of the green space that you can see from the road as you're driving by. The organizer did bring a balloon archway that was in the shape of a gingerbread house, so that was really cool. There was a Christmas tree lot set up in one corner of the parking lot. So there were reasons for people to start coming in to the space, but without the white tent, it's harder to tell if something's going on, because that kind of cues people in like, oh, there's an event there, because there's the big white event tent. The other thing is that I know, and I'm not sure if this is still true, but I do know that the retail portion of Lafayette Village had been closed for an extended period of time for some renovations or some repairs or something. So I'm not sure if that was still the case, and I'm looking at it now to see if I can find any thing. I mean, it looks like, looking at their Facebook page, they had a sip and shop on November 5th that they were advertising. They lit the trees on November 15th. And there's live music advertised for December 5th, but there is absolutely no advertising on the venues page for this event. So that's definitely a thing. It looks like they have quite a few sip and shops throughout the year, and they have shops. So I guess the shops were open, and the venue runs their own markets and things. That's what I'm seeing. So it does look like the shops had recently opened again, but that was the thing, because like I hadn't known the shops had opened. I haven't been over there in a while, thinking the shops are all closed. So there's that. So I think that's it. It was a combination of things, to be honest, that made it slower. The first 2 hours, like I said, were hopping. It was busy. I was checking people out. My husband had brought me lunch because I had said I would like lunch because I had to set up. I got there at about 11 to set up. I beat the organizer there, so there was that, and was sort of helping the vendors. The other vendors and I were like figuring out where to go, because we were like, so we're here. She said arrive between 11:30 and 12, but we're requested to be set up by 12:45. The market opens at 1. Some of us need some time, like to set up. It's not like a quick like zoop open for business. Like, I have my actual setup itself only takes about 15 minutes, and then I have to put out all of the product. And as I was saying to somebody after the market was over, it's not like I have, prepackaged stuff that I'm hanging on hooks or hanging on or placing on shelves, and I can just do it in bulk. I have to individually place every single one of my plushies. It takes time, and hats and accessories and home decor and etc. It takes time to get all those things out. So the setup itself is done 15 minutes. It's the rest of it's the product that takes so long, and that's fine. And another vendor was saying the same thing. They had Play-Doh, like homemade Play-Doh. And again, they have to set up everything. And when you have a booth that caters toward kids and families, it does take some time, because you're trying to make it interactive and you're trying to make it appealing to come up and like look at or even touch. I don't mind if kids touch my toys, provided their hands are clean and they're not like, just tearing through everything. But like, so many people come into my booth, and I'm so grateful that they're like, please don't touch, look with your eyes. And I'm like, well, they can touch a little bit. Like, you got to feel how soft they are. And it's good. So I'm totally cool with that. But yeah, it does take time to set that sort of stuff up. So 11:45 or 11:30, we were all like, we're going to go off of vibes and what this map says. And that's what we did. So mine, luckily, my booth was in a pretty obvious spot. I was right in front of a restaurant. So I was like, okay, so I'm at the very edge of the first booth from the parking lot in front of this restaurant. That's easy enough to figure out. I'm going to go right here. We have plenty of space. I think the spaces they weren't marked in any way, so it was very much based on vibes and general layout, which is fine. We all knew where to go. I had gotten there a little bit early and was working on finishing some dragon eggs. I didn't end up finishing them before the market started, but I ended up finishing them during the market, and 2 dragon eggs sold. So I was glad I did that. That was another thing, is I pushed myself to make certain items before the market. It was Fury Dragons, Standing Cats, and Dragon Hatchlings. I nailed it. I didn't sell out of any of those things, but every single one, at least one of every single one of those sold. So that felt good. I knew what I needed, and that feels really good. At the end of this year, my first full year of being in business and doing markets since I started last, I think we decided we were starting our businesses in August, but we actually didn't start until like September or October. Maybe it was July. Yeah, it was July. We said we were starting businesses. We built up inventory, and then it was either September or October. I think it was October when we actually like got out into the world with our businesses. So first full year in business, it was a very much learning year, but it felt really good this year to be at the end, to go into a market and market prep and be able to focus and be like, okay, I know exactly what I need to make before I go to this market, and everything else will be fine. And it was. So that felt really good. That's a lot of rambling from me. Let's get into it before I just keep waxing on about nonsense forever. So, sales overview for this market. It was 21 total transactions. My average sale was $17.62. The total collected for the day was, poor man's drum roll, $391.14. So that's not a bad day. That's not a bad day at all. It was a 4-hour market. $391.14 divided by 4 hours at the actual market. If you count setup and breakdown, so again, we're looking at like, all right, let's say 6 hours, maybe 5.5. Like, we're looking at over $50 an hour. So for the time spent that day, not bad at all. Okay, so $391.14 is the total. That is $333.14 collected on card, $58 even collected in cash. My total square reader fees were $11.06, which brings my total to $380.08, and then I paid $21.14 in taxes. So overall, the total net sales were $370. Again, not terrible. Like I said, those first 2 hours were hopping. I did do this market last year. So, as a quick comparison to last year, I think it was on the 5th. That would make sense. It was either on the 5th or the 7th. Who knows? We'll find it. It was on the 7th. On the 7th, so compared to last year when I shared a booth with Christine from What's Up Cupcake Crafts, I had 13 sales for the entire market, average gross sale of $23.92, and my total collected was $329.97. So trending better overall. But you have to factor in, I was splitting a booth last year versus being solo this year, and that average sale was quite a bit lower this year. So people weren't shopping as much as they weren't spending as much as they were last year. I also remember there being quite a few more school chorus groups performing at this market last year. There was only one this year. And again, with the cold, the families showed up at the time of their child's chorus singing, watched their kids perform, and left. There was no lingering whatsoever. which is different from last year. Last year, the multiple groups, they would all show up early. They would walk around the market first. Their kid would sing. They would come back and walk around the market some more. So they definitely spent more time as an event, and they lingered a lot more last year. They spent a lot more last year, but overall, the day was not bad. I can't complain too hard about an almost $400 day at a market that was 4 hours long. The booth fee, because I should factor that in as well, was, the booth fee was $129.25 for this year. So if we go back to our 370 minus 125.29, that brings the total, the grand total for the day to $244.71 all told. So not the record-smashing, record-breaking day I was hoping for with this market, especially since how busy it was last year. We split a booth. We were just absolutely slammed from beginning to end. There was no time to do really anything other than quickly try to put the displays back together after a horde of kids would cycle through. And then this year we had that for the first 2 hours, and then it died. So what are you gonna do? Overall, it's pretty on par for 2025. I will say that. Let's go to the breakdown, because I'm just so excited that I know the breakdown. Not to be weird, but I just love that this exists. How do I close this window? I'm still getting used to Square. Okay, so market started at 1 o'clock. First transaction was at 1:02. So we came out of the gate hot. I sold a sunflower pot plush and a Hogwarts mystery box and a dumpling bunny plush. I remember this one. They came in. It was a girl and her partner, and she was honed right in on that sunflower pot plush, wanted the Hogwarts mystery box, and then she saw my little dumpling bunnies and was like, is that Miffy? I don't know who Miffy is, but the pattern is called Miffy. And I was like, it is Miffy. No idea who Miffy is, but the pattern was called Miffy. So I was like, yes, it is. So she grabbed that as well. So that was fun. The next transaction was just a minute later, 1:03. I sold a snowman. 1:17, I sold another snowman, an Adorabur, and a Creamoo cow. Oh, it was my favorite Creamoo cow. It was my yellow one with a strawberry on top. That is something I want to make once we get into the unboxing of the Knotty Pony yarn, because I had made them in Premier Just Chenille, and given that they have the strap that goes around and you can wear it like a purse, I definitely want to use a more substantial yarn for them. And this way also, I mean, they're an adorable size, because when they're where's my little dragon that's on my desk? When they're in the Premier Just Chenille, they're this size. This is a dragon. This is not a cow, but this is the size they come out at. So they're really tiny and adorable. I also would like to make them just slightly bigger, not quite Bernat bigger, but just slightly bigger. So anyway, that was a group of friends, kids who came in, and they bought them all together. Again, 1 minute later at 1:18, I sold a pair of ear warmers. It was a good day for that because it was freezing. At 1:20, I sold my first dragon hatchling. At 1:22, I sold a mini turtle. 1:28, I sold another Hogwarts mystery box. 1:32, a pocket pup keychain. 1:48, a medium-sized octopus. 1:51, a pair of cross-stitch fingerless mitts. Again, another good day for that since it was so cold. 1:54, I sold 2 octo keychains. 1:59, a large rose sea turtle. These were, I had made a muted color palette and a bright color palette. The muted one sold at the market on Wednesday. The bright one sold at this market. 213, a standing kitty plush. This one was an all-white kitty, one of the ones that I had made during the week, or 2 days between the markets, so that felt great. 248, a flower pocket dragon, the mini size. At 305, I sold a fury dragon. 311, a frog plush, a mini frog plush, and 2 crewmates. 320, I sold another dragon hatchling. 325, 2 more Hogwarts mystery boxes. The funny thing about the mystery boxes, I sold 1 of each. I sold 4, and they were all different numbers, so 1 of each sold, and that was great. And I honestly I don't pay attention anymore when I put them out, because they've been mixed up and put out and brought in, and I'm sure they're all jumbled up way better than I could jumble them up at this point. And they sold, so that was great. 331, I sold another mini frog plush, and at 425, the final transaction of the day was a mini axolotl plush. So that it actually was pretty busy, like I said, for the first 2 hours solidly. Into first 2.5 hours really was busy in my booth, and then it fell right off with an hour between the 2 last purchases. And that was, I didn't start breaking down my booth at 3:30, although, I mean, that was when the choir was singing, so it was much quieter during that time. Many more vendors started breaking down at 4. The Play-Doh vendor and I held out until we saw the organizer leave, basically, and then we were like, well, if they're gone, I guess that's it, and we packed up. So that was it. That was the day at the market. Again, not the record-breaking, huge end of 2025 that I had built up in my mind, but at the same time, not a bad day overall. I am planning to go through, I have started pulling reports of the past year to make a video about like trends from this year, what I've learned and all of that. So that will be upcoming. So yeah, that's it. That was my final market of 2025. It feels good to be done. It feels weird to be done. I still have things to make though. I will not be doing another market until hopefully February. I would like to get in for something for Valentine's Day. I have lots of ideas for Valentine's Day of collections and things that I can put together to make a Valentine's themed booth. So I'm very excited about that, even though I'm not personally usually like huge into Valentine's Day. I have tons of ideas this year for Valentine's Day, so I'm very excited about that. And just in general, looking back, we'll do a whole video on it, but looking back, noting the trends, taking the lessons learned, and hopefully building on the foundation that this year has provided for next year. So that would be great. All right, I did promise some Happy Mail and material hauls, so let's get into that. First up, I have a package from the Coffee Monster Co. I have been a subscriber of Helen's for I think like 2 years now, and I just love it because she always has the cutest stickers and stationery supplies and all of that, and I love the subscription. It's quarterly and it's always themed and packaged together, and I just love how it all comes together because there's always fun surprises inside. So let's get into it. And even though I'm in the US and she is in Canada, she includes the envelope because she always has a adorable designed envelope. Try to be a rainbow in someone's cloud. Maya Angelou. I love it. So cute. Oh my god. I'm loving it. First up, oh my god, so cute. Everything's so cute. We have some washi tapes. We have a couple rolls of emoji heads on different background colors. Adorable. We have little woodland animals along with her emojis, which are the name that she gives her little characters. But we've got like a bear, and they're hiding in trees, and oh my god, is that a sloth? Oh, so cute. And then we have some wizards and fantasy stuff. We got crowns and books and magic wands and keys, and I can't tell what that is because I'm looking at it through the camera. Oh, it's probably just the end. And then we also have a roll of individual, oh, this is cool. This is a roll of individual stickers. I've not seen this yet from her, and they are all book themed. So all individual reading stickers. I love it. That's fantastic. Love, love, love that. She also, oh my god. I thought this was a notebook. It isn't. It's a sticker book. Each of these are sticker pages. Oh my gosh, and they have little tabs with adorable designs on them. Oh, this is great. I have so many stickers that were like full sheets where I've used a bunch of the stickers on the sheet and I just have one left, and this is perfect. This is gonna help me organize so that I can actually A, find the stickers, and B, not have the little sheets everywhere. So that is awesome. I love that. Love it. She also always includes like a price list, and they're always designed. That's the back of the price list. How cute is that? Oh, I love it. And she puts on the front a sticker with who packed your order. So this order was packed by Assistant Tater. I love it. So this is the stickers sheets in the package this time, along with a price list, which I love. I love it. I also love to just use them as decoration in my planner. Ooh, a washi card. I love those too. So first up, we always get some vinyl stickers. Ooh, it's a 2026 book house. Cute. I love that. And then a little grumpy queen, because aren't we all sometimes? So cute. So cute. Like I said, there is a washi tape card. So like the sticker sheets, you can just wrap washi around here, and then there's a little keychain clip so you can take it with you on the go. Some This Belongs To stickers. This is a great collection going into 2026 planning. I love it. Crown emoji heads. Look at them. I love how grumpy they are. I especially love this one who's just over it. I feel like that's the symbol for 2025 this year. We're all over it. Then we got some storybook doodle sheets. That's our theme for this pet collection. So we got some large storybook doodles. I love it. I also love that she went with like a sketch style this time. So cute. Some more doodles, tasks, coffee. Oh my God, I love it. I'm always so inspired to get my journal out when I get my order. Look at these little doodles. They are so cute. I especially love the little Red Riding Hood, the grandma, the wolf, and Red. That is adorable. And then we have Escaping Reality. Again, on brand for 2025. I love it. Little due dates, but we're daydreaming about other things. Ignorance is bliss. I love it. If you do not follow the Coffee Monsters Co., please go do it. Helen is amazing. She has such a definitive style, and it's always so cute, and I love it. Absolutely love it. So thank you. Oh, and we got a little note along with the price list this time. So the price list tells you exactly what came in each of the subscription bundles. So there's 3 different levels. I get the pen pals because I'm like, I can't pick, I want everything. So, and it says, thank you. The theme of the 2025 Q4 subscription is Fables and Fairy Tales, a collection of whimsical and nostalgic stories to take us back to when life was a bit simpler. Encouraged by your positive feedback from Q2, I incorporated more of my traditional sketches and watercolor paintings throughout, which I noted, and I love it, and I think it works so perfect with this collection. I hope playing with this bundle of stationery gives you a break from reality when you need it most. I love that. She does such a good job. It's amazing. So that's incredible. I'm so happy it was worth the wait to open because these are adorable. I can't wait to play with all of my new stationery things. Next up, I did go to Michael's a couple times. I actually did a pickup order and sent my husband in because I needed tapestry needles desperately, but I also have been playing with the Sheila book thongs and definitely want to use those as a part of a Valentine's Day collection since I think they're perfect. They make great gifts. They're fun. They're cheeky. And I wanted to lean into that. So I got these adorable beads that are little candy hearts. And I also got these beads, charms, whatever, that are gold bows for a more generic version. I love this style though. I love how they're like dangly. So that's cute. And then I went back to Michael's after the day after the market because I needed yarn for some gifts for people that I'm making. So let's go through that little haul as well. I have started using this yarn because I couldn't wait. So I have to just move things out of the way. So first up, I got some of these Karen cakes, Karen Cloud cakes, the perfect phasing. I have said that I want to work on a vanity project for a while, and I've decided my vanity project is going to be my own hexagon cardigan. So I've started it. I got 2 skeins of this perfect phasing. I love yellow. It's my favorite color. Sunflowers, yellow, clearly. So I'm working on that in the evenings now that I'm not like racing to get ready for a market on the nearish horizon. So that's good. Still working on market makes, but it's nice to take a break and unwind at the end of the day on a project that has absolutely no pressure. Oh, and this colorway is called Golden. If I could sing, I would, but I can't, so we're not gonna. Then I got big old pound of love in cherry. A loops and threads impeccable. It was a lot of worsted weight and actually smaller. No chunky yarn in this haul. This is Sunny Day. These are to complete a gift for somebody. I don't want to share who, I don't want to say what, but I'll share it when it's done. I highly doubt this person ever would watch these videos on YouTube, but just in case, I don't want to spoil anything. And then, speaking of those Sheila book thongs, I was looking for a weight 3 yarn because I had made up my test with worsted weight, and it's a little bit chunky for a bookmark. Bookmarks often use 2 or 3, so I went with 3, and I got this loops and thread silky soft bamboo in all the colors that will coordinate with my beads. So I got I'm looking for the name of the color. I got a cobalt. I'll do it in the color pairs because I think I'm gonna do in pairs with the darker color being the the body, and then the lighter color being the lace edge. Got ice blue, so that's one color combo. I got cranberry and pink pearl. No, 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 no. Cranberry and pink pearl are not going together. Pink pearl is going with, and you'll see why in a minute. Pink pearl is going with this color, which is boysenberry. I don't even know if I put that in to my inventory. So boysenberry and pink pearl are going together because cranberry is going to go with black, jet, not black, jet. Banana, this is banana, right? Banana is going to go with winter white. And Deep Lake is going to go with sea glass. I think those are gonna look great. And they're nice and silky. I love that they're silky soft, and that's literally the name of the line because they're gonna be undies. And undies should be silky, especially if they're thongs. So I cannot wait to ball these up and get into making those. I'm so excited. I'm actually so excited to make that. Like, who would have thought? Little bookmark underwear thongs would bring so much joy, but they do. And I hope they bring joy to others, because they definitely bring joy to me. All right. Last but certainly not least, we have my big old box from Knotty Pony yarn that I have been anxiously awaiting opening. I'm going to turn the camera off to get the tape because nobody wants to hear that, so I'll be right back. Okay, tape is off. You don't have to listen to me struggle with that, and then you can just get right into it. So let's open it up. Look at it all. Oh my God, this box is stuffed. Got a 32. I ordered 32 skeins of yarn. I knew I ordered a lot, but dang, girl. Oh, and I got an amazing note. Thank you so much for your order and support during the sale. It means so much to me. I hope you enjoy the yarn, make many cute things, and have a great holiday. That is so sweet. I love that. Ah, I'm so excited. All right, so let's get into Knotty Pony. And I also got a sweet little thank you card. I love it. I love the little horsies on the front. Yay. All right. Oh my God, so many things. So these are packaged up in sets of 8, it looks like. So we have 2 of the lime green and 2 of the lemon yellow. I also got 2 of, is it a color? They just say numbers. Okay, that's cool. They have the numbers, or they have the names on the packing list. So I remember lime and lemon because I was like, lemon, lime. So we got 2 baby blue and 2 of this light pink, which is cotton candy. I love that. I love when there's fun names. Actually, the blue and the pink look very much like cotton candy together. Oh, then we got a whole bunch packaged together in this one. So then I got 2 of the chocolate, 4 of the caramel, 4 of the strawberry, and 2 of the bright blue, which is blue raspberry. I love that too. Oh wait, there's more. Another big pack. I got 2 more of the chocolate. Never have enough browns, honestly. 4 white, 4 black, and 2 lavender. This is incredible. Oh, I'm so excited. I have such, oh, and there's a little bit open. Oh my God, it's so soft. It's so soft. And the whole thing with Knotty Pony is they don't shed. It's no shed. Oh, I cannot wait. These, I have big plans for. All of these. So I got all of these colors because the plan is to make the Green Cloud Crochet hatching animals as number 1. I also have a pattern for it's an Instagram pattern. I'll find it, I'll link it, but it's a heart. It's a cow with a heart on it. I definitely want to make that in this. I think I have plans for axolotls. I do. I have plans for axolotls. I have plans for plants. I have a lot of plans. This will not be my first time. This is my first time. This will not be my last time ordering from Knotty Pony Yarn, because I just can't wait. I also love the size of these skeins because I have a small space. My yarn, if it's not sitting behind me, I have baskets on a printer cart that I store my yarn in. Bernat I can fit like 8, I think, skeins if I really squish them. I can fit a lot more skeins of Knotty Pony in there, so I can get these nice and organized. I can have my yarn all set up. I can maybe put something here. Goals for 2026. Awesome. So I am so excited. Wow, this was a big haul, happy day, mail, words, all the things. So thank you, as always, for hanging out with me. And next time, we're going to talk about all of the trends from this past year and go through what worked, what didn't, what markets I will be honing in on, what things I'll look for in markets, etc. So I look forward to seeing you next time. I hope you stay warm. It's cold here in North Carolina. There's that much snow on my deck. So hope you're staying warm, and I will catch you next time.